guys. So the reality of this just set in like 15 minutes ago. And like, I'm like, dude, Mario RPGs are about to change forever in such an amazing way, dude. Okay, according to popular consensus, what are the most popular best Mario RPGs? We have Mario RPG, Thousand Year Door, the first three Paper Marios, right? 64, Thousand Year Door. I know Super Paper Mario's not an RPG, but for the sake of the spirit of the whole thing, we'll count it. Superstar Saga, Bowser's Inside Story, right? And like, we have our collection of the ones that are the most recognizable, notable, iconic Mario RPGs that it's been years and years and years since anything is matched, right? That's the state we live in right now. I see that Nintendo is figuring it out. They're learning this crud. They have been putting out these RPGs lately that have like taken the place of the depth of the old RPGs, and we've gotten so accustomed to that. Bro, imagine if those old RPGs, the iconic ones, had the chance to have sequels to themselves that were better, and then those still had chances to have sequels that were better than that, and those still had sequels, and they had the chance to evolve with the stakes of time. Imagine if Nintendo looked at Thousand Year Door and went, what's next for this type of game in 2024? You know how, I want to give you a great example, okay? The Link's Awakening remake. I love that remake, and it is absolutely as best as it could have been. It's a great game. I played through the whole thing. I enjoyed it a bunch. But as good as it was, and it was that good, let me remind you, it was a remake of a game made with limitations from its generation. But now they're making a game in the same style, but with all the creative ideas that they can pull off today. They're gonna do that with Mario and Luigi. Now imagine if they do that next with Paper Mario. Thousand Year Door is a remake. And as fantastic as it is, because it is a superb game, you have creative limitations when you make a game on a GameCube relative to the Switch, just as far as like the type of gameplay that you can feature and like the types of crud you can pull off. I'm not just talking about graphical fidelity, I'm talking about things the game can do. I pointed out in my last video about the Nintendo Direct that in the trailer for Metroid Prime 4, there's this beautiful giant shot of this whole landscape and this beautiful tree toward the end. And I made a point to mention that that shot wouldn't have been possible without the render distance of the Switch. That couldn't have happened in Metroid Prime on the Wii. Do you get where I'm going with this? Thousand Year Door on GameCube even did it itself, taking advantage of the processing power of the GameCube, like relative to the 64. One way the GameCube loved to do that was by showing off lots of characters at once, and Thousand Year Door did that a lot. The point I'm getting at is that the next Thousand Year Door is coming. The step up from that game is coming. They get it. They know what we want. They know what these RPGs are supposed to be. So man, when they look at Thousand Year Door in 2024 and say, how can we make a best version of this game for the Switch? This Mario RPG game is going to be the culmination of those lessons learned. You can tell. Fingers crossed, because I know that Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga, and all the iconic ones are so good. But if they really are figuring it out, if they really are, then it is not unreasonable to ask the question, what will the new best Mario and Luigi game be like? What an insane reality. The thought of like topping the old ones feels like such a foreign idea that it feels impossible. But dude, it's not. Like, I can't even say it because it feels wrong. What if they look at Thousand Year Door and say to themselves, let's add more depth? Oh, it feels weird to say. I don't even feel like I know what to expect anymore when it comes to the Mario RPG series. Like, if they're really figuring it out, I'm so not used to living in this reality. I'm having like an existential crisis. I don't know. What are they gonna do? They know that more depth, if they're really figuring out that depth equals money, are these adventures actually gonna be epic? I don't expect it to stray from the pureness of what makes Mario, you know? But I think within those boundaries, there's a lot more they could do with games like Thousand Year Door that they haven't done for years, stuff they could have been doing this whole time. And I'm just so fascinated to think about what that could be and what that is seemingly gonna be. I'm at a loss for words in this timeline. I gotta talk about this. I remember playing through RPG and Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door and all the and Superstar Saga for the first time. And I remember the experience of discovering the game as I go, having never played it before. And that's an experience that just hasn't been matched or topped since then. That was some of the best memories of my childhood, honestly. It really was. With the first two Paper Mario games specifically, me and my family would gather around the living room TV and play that together daily as a family activity. What a fun time, dude, that was for all of us. Those two games provided such a wonderful experience for us. Do it again for everybody. That's my message to Nintendo. And you know what? I believe in you guys. I do. For the first time in a really long time, I do. I think you can do it. Let's appreciate this moment. These games are back. My favorite games from Nintendo are back and better than ever, boy. You know, when Thousand Year Door came out, it's a shame that back then it didn't get the recognition it should have, but I am willing to say that it was of the best RPGs of the current time. Let's do that again. I want Nintendo to step up to the RPG plate and show everyone else how it's done. This track that we're on suggests a really fantastic future for the future of Nintendo RPGs. And I cannot wait to experience it in my hands. Thank you so much for watching. There are a lot more videos coming on the Nintendo Direct really soon. And so stay tuned, and I'm hyped about the whole thing. So keep an eye out for those videos, and until next time, I've been the cool one. Peace out, everybody, and I will catch you in the next one.